Okay, Jamari dropped a video. Let's check it out. Logan Paul keeps getting washed. What did this man do this time, bro? I don't even...
So last weekend, Ryan finally had his blockbuster fight against Devin Haney. When I saw that man walking in with the Essentials crop top hoodie and those weak-ass shorts, I knew exactly where this was heading. Not to even mention the Squidward 11s on his feet, as well as that cursed Prime chain around his neck that looks like it came out of an arcade crane machine. Actually, that losing...
Can we talk about how Prime can't stop signing people? They just sign to speak. I don't know what their business model is. If it's to sign every big person that they can get their hands on, I don't know. They signed Speed. They signed Haaland from I wanted to say FIFA. Oh my god, I'm cooked.
Chain is the perfect metaphor for the topic of today's video, as the self-proclaimed King Ryan Garcia has been cooking both Logan Paul and KSI, as well as their brand Prime for the last month or so. And even after the fight, Ryan has kept his foot on Logan Paul's neck. Some of you may remember these two were actually pretty friendly for years. Ryan would make multiple appearances in both his videos and on his podcast. And it seemed like the two of them were really buddy-buddy, and with Ryan being like this new age social media boxer that everyone was coining him as, the pair actually seemed almost like a match made in heaven, especially with Logan having this whole boxing arc. But now the tune has definitely changed, and Ryan really despises Logan Paul.
So what's your problem?
Just like every other Logan Paul friend. Haven't you guys seen the trend? He's friends with this person, he brings them onto the podcast. All of a sudden, bah, there's a switch.
With Logan and KSI, what's your issue with those
leechers,
guys?
Man, they don't stand for nothing, bro. They're puppets and nothing in the day. I don't like people like that. These dudes are culture vultures. These dudes are whack. It's not gonna hurt your brand to speak for the kids, and then you want to bash the man that is speaking for the kids. These dudes are cowards. These dudes are demons in the flesh. Like, these dudes are just... They're going headed nowhere. That money ain't gonna go nowhere but the...
What did they do to you? What on earth transpired between the demons, cultural vultures? What haven't he called?
Brave, brother.
And for those of you that aren't aware, when Ryan's talking about saving the kids here, he's talking about speaking up about and all these other things that have been flying under the radar for such a long time, a la Epstein Island, P. Diddy. Like, obviously, there's starting to be a larger conversation around all of that. And in leading up to this fight, Ryan had quite a bit to say about that topic, saying that he even had some first-hand experience with these quote-unquote elites, like almost like Illuminati type, and he's claiming that he's now going to be destroying those entities, which Logan Paul was kind of speaking out against him about, saying that he was crazy.
Put your grown man pants on, and how about you help talk about it, because you joined every movement you thought was plausible for your platform. He used the whole black empowerment movement, what happened with George Floyd, for his benefit. I'm a white man, and I'm gonna stand up and say, you know, I have my white privilege, true, and I'm sorry. And then he got a lot of love for that, right?
Of course, because the bandwagon.
That's called he's a
When he was reading the
bandwagoner.
script off the phone?
Yeah. Bro, shut up.
And this is the clip he's talking about of Logan that went like super viral during that time.
It is not enough to be not racist. You have to be anti-racist.
Yes.
Condemn those who...
Bro, he's reading something. He's obviously reading something. He is reading
Logan
something.
that went like super viral during that time.
It is not enough to be not racist. You have to be anti-racist.
Yes.
Condemn those who feign superiority.
Are you guys seeing the sign? Licking his lips, the blinks, the pauses for him to remember the lines or look. Nah, that's crazy.
Because of the color of their skin. Friends, hold friends accountable. Hold your family accountable. Hold yourself accountable. Make your voice heard. Attend a protest. Speak up against injustice. If you're white, if you look like me, use your privilege. And for those who do not think white privilege exists, you are blind. Half of the reason I'm able to get away with some of my hooligan shit I do in my vlogs is because I'm a white kid.
I guess that's kind of when everyone thought that Logan was changing. He had metamorphosized into a butterfly from a nasty little caterpillar. You know, before Crypto Zoo and, you know, him kicking off his podcast host due to his religion.
This man has been in so much controversy. You know, if you do not like him, you have to respect him to a certain degree. The amount of controversy on the amount of career-ending things that has happened to Logan Paul, to see that he's still relevant to a certain degree. In fact, not to a certain degree, he's still relevant. Broski's in the WWE. He's still relevant in 2024. It has to be studied. It has to be studied. Because you do not tell me you go through the whole Japan situation, CryptoZoo situation, now this entire madness, then the whole plastic and Prime situation, and you are still relevant. People are still willing to work with you. Nah, he has to be studied, bro.
Basically, before his reputation was back down in the toilet, Ryan is saying, why were you so vocal about that, but you are so scared to speak out about this?
He took a guy off his channel for talking about Jesus.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
He's so in love with his wisdom that he thinks he has, that he just seems like a prick. He's a weirdo.
Would you fight him?
I'll do worse. I'll do worse than him. I will destroy Logan Paul. I've already sparred him. He didn't hurt me once. And he was way bigger than me, and I was whooping his ass.
How long ago was this?
Long ass time ago.
I mean, I will say Logan Paul does always seem to think that he is the smartest guy in the room. He thinks that he's the one that knows best. I'm sure you guys remember the conversation that he had with George, where he said that he needs to pretty much ditch Jesus, ditch the Bible, and jump into some therapy because apparently George was all out of control. And you know, this is where Logan really started getting butthurt, because Prime is like his baby. It's his vehicle towards becoming a billionaire, which he's always said has been his overall goal in life, which to me is also like a big narcissistic sociopath red flag. But regardless, Ryan was saying things like this: the difference between alcohol and Prime is one says it can kill you, the other claims it's healthy, meanwhile it's killing you. Then he would straight up just say, don't drink Prime. And then he wants no association with Logan Paul anymore. He says, please all Logan Paul groupies, unfollow. I don't want y'all's follow or anything to do with you. Even right after the fight ended, he would tweet this out: this is why you don't drink Prime, but respect to Haney for getting up every time. And I'm telling you guys, that cheap-ass necklace that he was donning was absolutely cursed. Like, they should be ashamed for putting this weak-ass Claire's clearance aisle chain around this man's neck on one of the biggest nights of his life. And like I said before, Ryan and Logan were pretty friendly just a year ago, as he would appear on his podcast, and it would seem like the two still had a pretty good rapport. They still had a lot of respect for each other. And I will say, I do think that when Ryan Garcia lost to Tank Davis, it's kind of like something inside of him snapped, something definitely changed, and we've definitely seen a different person after that fight. Whether you think it's for the better or worse, well, that's up to you, but now that he's won the fight, you know, everyone's back to riding Ryan Garcia. Now here's where KSI comes into play, okay? He says cancel the Ryan Garcia fight and actually get him some help. It's sad watching him have a mental breakdown publicly like this, and thank God that...
The thing with KSI is he's going to support his business partner. That is admirable to a certain degree, but then people start calling you a follower, in a sense, because KSI, ever since he joined Prime, or since he invested in Prime or whatever, hasn't spoken bad on Logan Paul, even if Logan was wrong. He'd rather just evade the question or talk about something else. And I'm like, bro, have a mind of your own, you feel me? But like, it makes sense. It's his business partner. They own a company together. It wouldn't look right if the two CEOs or the two co-founders or whatever of Primes are at each other's necks or saying bad things on each other's names, you feel me, to the internet. And they both have a massive platform. So it's kind of weird.
And Ryan did not listen to this man, okay? He would have been like $40 million less rich. And I'm thinking that this is the clip that really made Logan Paul, KSI, and Prime one of Ryan's main targets.
He made a claim that he was, as a kid, he was held down in a forest and watched some really nasty stuff happen. Okay. He also claimed that he was brought into the back room at the Vatican and was, you know, experienced stuff there. And the biggest claim he made was that he had evidence of all of this, and was willing to share it. There's no proof that children, or even reason to believe that children are being sacrificed, or that, as Ryan said, and I quote, they are spreading children's and drinking.
That's
what he said. Those were his exact words.
That is
those were his
insane.
And now here's my issue. It wasn't 1,000 people. It wasn't 10,000 people. Hundreds of thousands of people on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, wherever are saying that happened. We believe that story.
And Ryan.
Now, I mean, we can say this. We can say this. We all know, to a certain degree, based off past experiences, that a lot of stories have come out of things like this happening. A lot of them. So based off those, we can easily say, based off the ones we've caught, we can easily say there are more going on that we do not know about. But to blame the entire Vatican is just wild. To blame the entire Vatican as a whole, it's like saying the Black Lives Matter movement, yeah? Obviously, the movement in itself is not a terrible idea. It's not terrible, it's not bad. But there are a couple of bad eggs. We saw that in the George Floyd protest where people were destroying stuff. Just like the Vatican stuff. There are bad eggs that do these things. Facts. There are bad eggs that we haven't caught doing these things, but are doing these things. They are the ones we've caught and the ones we haven't caught. You feel me? So, like, I get where Ryan is coming from. I also get where KSI and the rest are coming from, because you cannot blame them. You cannot put that on the entire Vatican. But you cannot also dismiss the fact that it happened.
Did not like that shit at all.
So all three of them. You, Logan, you, Mike, and I don't give a what your real name is. KSI, KS Lies, you. You guys are sick bastards. There's little kids hurting. All three of you. All three of you guys are sick. You're giving them power. It's sick. Do not give Satan power. Do not go drink Prime. There's horrible chemicals. Prime tastes like straight shit. Anybody who's actually drank that shit tastes like ass. I'd rather drink Coca-Cola than Prime.
I mean, let's not expect the most thought-provoking dialogue from Ryan here. I mean, I'm pretty sure the guy has fought like 300 boxing matches at the age of 25. But if anything's clear to me here, it's that he thinks that both Mike and Logan are snakes.
Prime is the worst shit ever created. It's gonna kill your guys' brains, mess up your guys' liver. How the hell they have no sugar, but it tastes sweet as that makes no damn sense.
I mean, what do you guys think about Prime? I will say that it is impressive the way that Logan, I mean, I'm not going to say he took it from the ground. It was already kind of an idea out there that they just brought to him. But he's the one that definitely blew it up and, like, put it on this mainstream scale. Now, I will say, I don't think I've ever seen anyone over the age of 12 drink it or buy it.
I've never had Prime in my life. That's probably, I would have tried it if I saw it. It's not really that rampant in my country. You heard, but like, aside that, I don't think it's that bad. If it was that terrible, I don't think people would buy it. They are constantly running out. You see, they are constantly running out, so it definitely doesn't taste like shit based off the numbers we have seen, unless they are faked. But yeah, but I don't know what it tastes like.
The couple times I tried it when it first came out, nothing about it tasted natural to me, and it seems like quite the artificial drink.
I've only said true things, and they're saying that they're trying to spin the narrative. And I used to like Logan and everybody. I thought they were cool. Nah, I don't care about you. So everybody, stop drinking Prime.
So obviously this hurt KSI's very fragile ego, and he says the Ryan Garcia defeat is about to hit so different. Ain't he about to do a madness? Do a madness? Okay, I'm challenging people from the UK to speak normally just once. And I like this little rebuttal, okay? He says Tommy did a madness. And he's wearing that weak-ass Prime chain too. I'm telling y'all, that shit is cursed. I'm sure KSI also didn't have a very favorable opinion of Ryan after he had said this on Logan's podcast last year.
Jake Paul, KSI, enter the ring together. Who wins that fight?
As of right now, Jake Paul. Knocks him out.
Yeah.
Knocks him out cold.
Yeah, sleeps him.
Jake Paul wins that fight. KSI is a loved one, but Jake Paul wins that fight. KSI hasn't dedicated his life. Jake Paul was a content creator that moved to boxing. And now he's looking at doing boxing full time, if he hasn't even made the full transition into doing boxing full time. KSI has said this multiple times. He does something for a while, he gives it his all, and then he's on to the next stuff. He did it for YouTube, gave it his all, millions of subscribers, most famous, this, that. Move to the next thing. Sideman did it, gave it his all, move to the next thing. What was the next thing? Music. Did it for a while, gave it his all, moved to boxing. Now he has done it for a while, gave it his all, he's known, he has misfit boxing, he has peaked. On to the next thing. So it's not like Jake Paul, who isn't looking for onto the next thing. He just found the thing he wants to do. So he's dedicating every part of him to do that singular thing. He's gonna knock KSI out. And I like KSI more than him.
He said sleep some.
I just think he jumps in too crazy. Personally, right now, I think he's getting away with it. But so many times I'm coming in, which Jake likes to do, I think he times up coming in and knocks him out cold. That stuff works, of course, when somebody's not gonna throw a counter back. Like he's just, he's gonna run into one.
Okay.
You see how awkward it got in the room? I mean, we've known that Logan is jealous of his brother for quite some time, but it's hilarious to me how he now dick rides his ex-mortal enemy, all because they've done big business together. That's why these two guys, it's hard to not look at them as somewhat fake. Like, you're not even loyal to your brother. You can't even be happy when he wins. You can't even be happy in a hypothetical situation where he wins. To me, that says an awful lot about his character. And so in the days leading up to the fight, Logan would continue to go on this press run where he would basically call Ryan Garcia crazy, and he keeps hammering this point home that he doesn't think these vile things happen to Ryan.
All the stuff and the videos he claims to have and the things he's seen, whatever, and yet again, like, everyone's pressing him to come forward with like a little piece of
right. Well, that's
evidence.
also
like,
a serious issue, right? Like,
well, bro, it's a mad serious issue. And Ryan Garcia, the influencer boxer, has the answers.
Influencer boxer,
and yet,
crazy.
Yeah, Logan calling Ryan Garcia an influencer boxer has to be the most ironic moment of 2024.
We want to contribute to a very good cause and stop.
Let us realize that Logan went into the same thing, but failed.
A mad serious issue. And Ryan Garcia, the influencer boxer, has the answers.
Influencer boxer,
and yet,
crazy.
Yeah, Logan calling Ryan Garcia an influencer boxer has to be the most ironic moment of 2024.
You want to contribute to a very good cause and stopping action. Go. Stop just saying stuff and not having actually any action to back up the things you're saying. I think is fucked up.
I mean, Ryan even being willing to go out on a limb and use his massive platform that way and not fear the repercussions, to me is already a pretty big deal. Now, am I gonna say everything that he said during this crazy press run has been true? Absolutely not. But to me, Logan's being pretty damn smug here and really kind of acting like he doesn't think any bad shit like that is going on in the world. Like, it's almost like, oh, you have this evidence? Well, post it up because I'm not buying it. And here...
Bro, that's exactly what I said. We all know it's happening. But at the end of the day, you can't say it's every single person, you know, which is what Ryan is saying. But, like, that's why his own is a little bit extreme. I will call him to wind it back. Certain people do this joint. Not every single person do this joint. You feel me?
Here was Logan's prediction just days before the fight on how it all would go down.
which way do you guys see this fight going?
Well,
Yo,
he's gonna get floored, bro.
Yeah, he's gonna.
Devin Haney's damn near unbeatable right now, bro.
Yeah, he's looking very.
The irony.
I feel bad, bro.
Yeah, but well, he could maybe have a career in music after this.
This might be this. It just might be like punching somebody while they're already down, like playing
No,
something
he's
like
up.
that.
He's high as a mother.
And I do not doubt that Ryan
irony.
wasn't somewhere in a dark room at 4 a.m. just days before the fight, watching clips like this, drunk as just plotting on his ultimate revenge moment.
I'm not even thinking about boxing, yo. I'm concerned about his life.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, like, what does a loss on a scale as big as the one he's currently on do to someone when you're already clearly not mentally well?
And his reaction would change when Ryan would come out swinging.
Ha ha ha. I like how Jake really doesn't care about this entire madness. He's just enjoying the sport.
It tells me Logan had a pretty hefty bet on Devin that night. And here's where we fall back into the Prime is the devil narrative.
How's the super sweet with no sugar? That makes no damn sense. Obviously, it's artificial. But they try to. But my whole problem was this: I don't care that whatever you put in a drink, but don't say it's healthy drink.
And now they're saying that Ryan Garcia might have been spitting facts, as they are facing yet another class action lawsuit. I mean, there's kids who are out.
But Logan just came out to defend himself, and he kind of sounded certain of what he was saying. You know, like what he was saying as his defense sounds more reasonable than 4 times speak. Bro, come on.
You're drinking this shit every day, and apparently it has to do with it having too many forever chemicals that just stay in your body, allegedly.
Prime is now getting sued, and you should be seriously concerned if you had any Prime since it released. So Prime is now going through a new lawsuit after it was discovered that their drink has PFOs, which is forever chemicals. But what's really concerning is the fact that the lawyer who tested their drink is claiming it has 3 times the amount of forever chemicals a human can safely have in their lifetime. And the lawsuit is claiming they found these forever chemicals in the grape-flavored Prime drink. However, it also seems like other flavors might also have these chemicals because other Prime flavors are being tested. And we're going to find out after the lawsuit is approved. One lawyer on TikTok actually spoke about this and said he had a 10-year-old and his mother talked to him about how her son got leukemia after drinking Prime. Now knowing that Prime contains these chemicals, it's very much likely because of it. These chemicals are known to cause cancers and deteriorate your health since they're forever chemicals and your body can't get rid of them.
I mean, I'm just thinking about that one terminally online kid who had his mother set up a water cooler, but instead of water being in there, they just filled it with a bunch of bottles of Prime. What's going on with that guy? Is his body like illuminating or some shit? I mean, on a serious note, guys, I don't recommend you drinking this shit at all, okay? Stick to water, stick to coffee, stick to teas. It honestly reminds me of all those times back on the sports field where they would say, oh, drink Gatorade, you know, you're dehydrated, oh, you need this salt from this Gatorade, and come to find out all these years later, it was actually counterintuitive. It was bad for you to be dehydrated and drinking that freaking poison. And I will say now, in Gatorade's defense, they do have some better drinks, but it's insane the way that good marketing can affect people psychologically, especially when it comes to the choices as a consumer.
Social media influencers Logan Paul and KSI launched the beverage brand last year, but a growing number of health experts say they're concerned about potential side effects.
So yes, the main problem with Prime seems to be their insistent marketing towards kids. I mean, obviously that is their #1 demographic. But like I said, man, no one should be drinking this BS. But I want to know what you guys think about this whole situation down below.
I'm not going to speak on the entire Prime situation. I never had it. I don't think if it was bad, people wouldn't have it. People wouldn't buy it constantly. Influencers have power. But that level of power for you to psychologically change the way something tastes. You know, if something tastes like shit, psychologically change it in people's mind that it tastes good. They don't have the power. If it didn't, people wouldn't be selling out. So I don't want to speak on it. As for the forever chemicals, we can't say until the test results are out, until the lawsuit is over, until we see who comes out victorious. You feel me? But yeah, let me hear what you guys think about it. Let me see your thoughts on what's not. Jamari, shit, this was a long video, I'm not even gonna lie. But yeah, catch you later. Deuces.